One of the better method of meditation is what I have pursued, is being a witness. Being a witness, you have to be impartial, unwavering, trying to find the truth and not swayed away by any parties. Then only you can be a good witness. So in meditation, if all we can do is be an unbiased witness, your job is done. You look at something, trying to understand it, and then, without getting attached to your past or your present or the future, your likes, your dislikes, which is the thing of the past, you remain an independent witness. Witness to what is happening in front of you, and then make a wise decision. So the wisdom will be the end result of being a good, true witness. So when you witness during the silent phase of meditation, you see gradually, analyze slowly, and develop a deep understanding of the process of life. First comes the body. Body has gone through many changes, and it still is going through many changes. None of those changes were yours, whether you wanted it or did not want it. The changes happened. So some unknown entity is bringing those changes which are beyond your capacity. And the journey of life that we know life will also end at the decision of that entity. There is nothing to worry about. There is nothing to get upset about. It's a simple fact that life does go through journey from childhood, adulthood, old age, and death. It does not have to be an emotional observation because you are a true witness who does not get dragged into the process itself. He or she remains an independent witness of these events which are happening. So, if the body is going through all these changes without your involvement, heart beats all the time. Every morning you wake up and some change has happened overnight. If you remain attached to the body, there is a sure sign of suffering. So a true witness who is an independent, unbiased observer of this, in the quiet moments of meditation will realize that yes, changes are happening, whether you like it or don't like it. Life, as we know, goes on, whether you like it or not like it. But being a true and a good, independent, unbiased witness, you have an advantage. That you, who is the observer, who is the witness, is merely a witness. You are not part of this. Because whatever you can observe, you cannot be that. You see the outside world, you are not that. That you already know, that you and the sansar are two separate things. So the body, which has been changing, it's easy to grasp the concept that the witness is something else. So now we are moving away on a joyride in meditation. We have resolved that as a witness, we have made a conclusion that you are separate from the process of life, which is altering the body all the time. Once we leave the body comes the mind, our thoughts. That's where all the thoughts are remaining. Mind is made out of thoughts. Thoughts are coming from outside. We are thinking, yes, but about all the sansar, the world, about the body. All these thoughts are projected outside. And if you look at an individual thought, they also behaving just like the body. It comes, stays for a while, and then disappears, only to be replaced by another thought. Our life goes on with continuous process of thoughts. And thoughts are all about outside world, which itself is changing. And that's the reason the thoughts have to change. When you wake up in the morning, you get ready, pick up the keys. You have to think about the keys and the car that's going to take you to your place of work. But once you reach to the work, you can't keep thinking about the car because you have to work. So there is a continuous barrage of thoughts which by default have to be generated when there is a need for them, and they have to die out when their need is not there anymore. So depending upon situations, our thoughts keep on changing. And to deal with these situations, the thoughts have to be created and destroyed. But you can witness all these things in the quiet moments of the meditation, that thoughts were generated by you for a specific purpose, and you destroyed them also for a specific purpose to replace with different thoughts. So there is a continuous change, just like the body. So now the question comes, are you the thoughts or are you the witness of these thoughts? So now we are going into more subtle phase. As a witness, you had changed. You had seen the changes in the body. Now, as a witness, in the quiet moments of meditation, you will realize that there is some entity within you with its power of observation, power of being a witness, is witnessing these thoughts which are coming and going all the time. And they are also connected through the body to the world. And just like the body which was born, became an adult, became an old person, and death will come. As soon as the death comes, all these thoughts will not be needed anymore. Because death means no more situations of life, and the thoughts will come to an end. And that we know for sure. Thoughts are needed as long as we are alive. So something that you had no control on, that came, meaning the body, and it continuously changed. Along with that, it dragged the barrage of thoughts also. So as a witness, we can decide that the entity which is the witness cannot be the thoughts. And then comes the ideas, your beliefs. Now we are expanding. Through the body we connect with few friends, few relatives, parents, brothers, sisters, and immediate contacts. Physically, we cannot be in touch with a lot of people because the world includes billions of people. But at mind level, we can remain connected because we see our connections. You may not be able to physically connect with 300 million Americans, but at mind level, your thought level, your idea level, your belief level, you feel yourself connected being an American. You may not even care about a person walking on the same street. You may not even say hi. But you travel. Supposing you travel out of the country and reach to a different country, and all of a sudden you meet an American, you start bonding because you have connected with him or her at the mind level. So all these connections also will come to an end at some point. So our connections at the mind level are much more extensive. We connect with Americans because we consider ourselves Americans. We connect with our Christian brothers, Hindu brothers, Muslim brothers, and obviously whatever we believe, we will try to protect. Just the way we try to protect the body, but now we have realized that we are not the body. We don't have to protect it or fight for it. Same way, if we can disidentify ourselves with all these beliefs, thoughts, ideas, which are connecting us to the world, then a change can happen. Because the witness has been witnessing this activity of your mind and intellect to connect with the world. But there is a very subtle, unknown, unknowable entity which is blank, which has no shape, no size. It's an inner existence which still exists, even though these beliefs might change. Christian may turn to be Muslim, Muslim may turn to be Hindu, Hindu may turn to be Buddhist. All these are changes. But one that is not changing is the witness. Because whatever is changing, you cannot be that. So ultimately you come to an entity which is a steady, infinite existence, under the witness function of which all these changes have been witnessed. Males are connected to the world more than females because males do business. For them, 2 and 2 is 4. But females are more into emotions, love. For them, 2 and 2 may not be 4. When it comes to loving her babies, 2 and 2 can be 5. For someone she hates, 2 and 2 can be 3. So these emotional fluctuations are characteristics of females, but both are projected into the world and physical connections. So at some point, your male tendencies and female tendencies have to be transcended, because they are also projected towards the world, which is ever-changing. So ultimately, you land in this entity, which has tremendous power of being a witness, unbiased. Samatva is what you will get. Sthitaprajna state is what you will reach at, and you will be a witness of every drama of life with your thoughts and beliefs and ideas, and everything becomes a play in the infinite medium of consciousness. That's where you settle down. And now with your expanded state of infinite, the world shrinks right in front of you. And you realize that all the fights that you went through to protect the body, protect your ideas, protect your beliefs, protect your possessions, everything had no meaning, because none of those are you. You are a witness of everything, and you remain in that state. In that state, you can witness your childhood, adulthood, old age, death. You can witness your gains and losses of life. You can witness your ideas and beliefs coming and going. The world planting ideas in your mind. As soon as you were born, you were called a Hindu, and you believed them. But now you don't have to, because your mind is transcended already, and you have reached to the realm where everything is absorbed. All the Hindus, all the Christians, all the Muslims, all the Americans, all the Chinese, all the Japanese, all the democratic people, all the communist people, everything, everybody drops that idea, their ideas, their beliefs, which were the cause of the suffering, all the big wars, small wars that we all fight on a day-to-day basis, protecting our identity, fighting with another identity. They are trying to protect their own identity. All these wars, whether it's fought at a bigger level like a world war, or they are fought at a small level in a day-to-day life, we try to protect our ego. All these wars which are being fought on a day-to-day basis with the spouses, with the enemies, insults of each other, trying to insult each other, getting hurt, trying to acquire things, fight for it, showing greed, all this dissolve into one entity. And that entity is the infinite consciousness, where there are no fights necessary, because you have become infinite. You have transcended the life itself that you used to call life, and you have reached to a real life which gave rise to the life that you believed was the reality. Now your reality has changed. Now your reality is peace, joy, and existence, which will stay with you forever, whether in this life or next life or whatever, it doesn't matter. So life does not have to be a war, whether it is a physical war or very subtle war of exchange of words and ideas, hatred, attacks, all these things. It's your choice. Is life a war or a joyride full of peace and tranquility? You decide.